Who is Paul Skenes, phenom that will win the 2025 NL Cy Young? And yes, that word sometimes can be used irresponsibly. This is not the case. A person of outstanding talent that would solidly define Paul Skenes. A man that I think strongly will win the 2025 Cy Young, and he only began pitching full time, get this, in 2021 and 2022, bridging those two seasons. Yes, that type of an outstanding talent by nature is the one that is possessed by Paul Skenes. He is nothing short of impressive in the lone season in the major leagues that we actually saw from him in 2024. Comes from a family with a background of military service. He found his calling straight in baseball, and there he is greatly appreciated. He was, in fact, the starter for the National League back in 2024 in the All-Star game. He had the chance of actually pitching to Juan Soto, Aaron Judge. He decimated Aaron Judge, pretty much getting him on a ground out. And yes, this man is filled with talent. He finished the season 11-3, sub 2 era, 170 strikeouts in barely 133 innings. It is very important to stress out the fact that this man just began pitching full time about 3 years ago. He was a catcher and a first baseman. However, the effectiveness, the peak of talent, at least he decided and found his way towards pitching. He took the decision of abandoning being a catcher and a first baseman, and a batter for that matter, in favor of pitching. There have been many quotes of different teammates who have said they have no doubt that he could very much be the equivalent of Shohei Ohtani. Who knows? Maybe we shall find out at some point. The truth of the matter is that Paul Skenes, who shined absolutely with LSU, showed that level of electricity and talent that guided him to be the first pick of the 2023 draft. In such, he actually did history. Dylan Cruz, his teammate from LSU, was selected number 2. It was the first time that a pair of teammates were selected 1 and 2 in the draft's history. Dylan Cruz, he's out there with the Nationals. You will see a lot of him this year, and I expect him to have a great season as well. Now, Paul Skenes. It's very interesting because when you think about it, the service time that this man had in the minor leagues was that of less of a year. He pretty much was in, out, here I am. There was even shatters that he might have actually been promoted from day one to the big leagues. When you see what he ended up doing in the season, it's tough to argue that that would have been an incorrect decision. He pretty much steamrolled through the minors and showed that he was a man amongst children. The electricity, the power of this man, the triple-digit heater that he has with his fastball, his killer slider is absolutely impressive. This man, for me, someone that loves power pitching, someone who adored Roger Clemens, this is just what you want to see all day, every day. Stephen Strasburg, you might remember him. That's the last person you can actually take, the last prospect that had as much regard as Paul Skenes. Now, Strasburg, unfortunately, already out of baseball due to health reasons. He was a phenom in his own regard. Sadly, again, health did not permit him to have the type of career that he could have. In the case of Paul Skenes, we wish and desire that health is on his side. He will be turning 23 just in May, and already his future is very bright. He pitches for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The fact that he was able in 23 starts to net an 11-3 record in a sub-2 era in a team that definitely competitive to a high degree. It's not the standard that you would actually make citation, though they're trying. They're trying to go up the ranks. We hope they do. It's been a long time since Shine has been in Pittsburgh. But in the meantime, they certainly do have Paul Skenes, who is excelled in talent. Now, you might think, well, if he just came from his first season, how do you think he's going to be able to be a Cy Young? I mean, he's probably not going to go the whole 9 yards of being able to pitch. And you know what? I strongly doubt that after this guy gets on a roll pitching, that the Pittsburgh Pirates will hold him back if a Cy Young is on the line. And I think that it's Cy Young or nothing for this guy. And you know what? He was number 3 on the Cy Young, and he only had 23 starts in 2024. That was enough for him to be placed up there. He did fall short to the eventual winner, Chris Sale. However, impressive he was. Domination, impossible to negate in regards to the stats he showed. His whip, under 1. He almost had a good pathway to way over 200 strikeouts, and this man didn't even reach 150 innings. 170 strikeouts in 133 innings. If you equate that to him being able to pitch, say, 180 innings, this man could very well go at 250 Ks, if not even more. I wouldn't be surprised that he goes north of 250 Ks, even if he doesn't pitch 200 innings. Say that they do limit him. Still, he will be able to dominate. Is he going to go sub-2 again? No. Does he have a chance legitimately to win the Cy Young? Yes, of course. I think that we are among a future Hall of Famer. And yes, I know that there's going to be some of you that will jump in the bandwagon of saying, man, it's too early. All we have is the, portion of 2024. He wasn't even able to pitch 2024 complete. When you know, you know. I mean, think about it. When you see this man pitching and you see him facing veterans, it tells you all the capacity, the maturity that he has. It's seamless. The effort is just simple. It feels like nature. And again, he is doing all of this. Think about it. With him being barely a full-time pitcher for 3 years. As he continues to expand and add experience and feel much more comfortable and even have a better support around him in the Pirates, this man could very well be the man that brings the Pittsburgh Pirates back to relevance. He did history in the way of becoming the first pitcher, non-two-way pitcher, to be featured in the cover of MLB The Show, which he shares with Gunnar Henderson and Ellie De La Cruz. He deserves it, rightly so. There will be people that will jumping on the fact that how did he get that? You haven't seen highlights of Paul Skenes if you're having doubts of him. And you shouldn't be having doubts. This man is the real deal. This man, I would love the fact that he would be on the Yankees. But for now, the 6'6" phenom, who is towering and has a very endearing way to him, it's really pretty much, got to cede him over to the Pirates. I hope, however, at some point, that like Jarrett Cole once, he finds his way to the Yankees as well. Okay, it's maybe being a little selfish. But nonetheless, he is definitely an excellent talent who will be worth the watch. And I am placing my prediction, and I'm not a man of betting, not my thing. But if you want to bet, that's your thing, I would tell you, don't hesitate. If you're okay with it, go for it and bet on this man winning the 2025 Cy Young. If you are in fantasy baseball, go after him, draft him, because he will be your best pitcher. He is a pitcher number 1 on pretty much any rotation that you go in the big leagues right now. And he is pitching like a veteran when he just has 1 year of experience. Paul Skenes. He is a phenom that will become a legend, that will become undoubtedly a Hall of Famer when all is said and done. Don't miss him after seeing this video. Go watch Paul Skenes. Go watch a display of greatness. You will be enticed towards the power on display by Paul Skenes. He is truly MLB's current pitching phenom, a once-in-a-generation talent unfolding in your eyes right now. Save the name. Check him. He is Pittsburgh's 2025 Cy Young Award winner. I'll read you in the comments. Be happy.